I'm doing good. I'm sitting with Stephen.
But she didn't want her picture taken, and we told her that if she does get caught in any of the videos, we will block her face out.
Absolutely.
We have respect for others that don't want to be involved.
Who's Marc?
Marc Emery?
Marc Emery?
I have
It
a
was so
passport for you.
carrying the seeds to the U.S. and Canada around the world for many years.
Fore.
Yeah, I actually got my 4-H belt buckle on today.
Medical consumers that have their cards are legally right to, their legal right to possess and grow, go to Marc Emery to get your seeds. But he, on all the charges, the U.S. made an agreement that Marc spends 5 years in jail. Actually, for all the charges they got him on, he could spend 30 years in U.S. jail. But they agreed to 5 years. Nicholson said, no, we're going to send him down for all charges. So that's why we're here. We've contacted Stephen Harper, all the MPs. We've spent a lot of time on the phones, emails, faxes, and they're ignoring us. They're completely ignoring us. So now Jacob Hunter has decided to step it up another notch. In Vancouver last week, he started entering MPs' offices and occupying them like we are right now. So that's why Jacob come down here. Now in the past, we've been to this office, but we've told them, we've had, media attention and that we are going to the office to have a protest. They've locked the office and wouldn't let us in. So we stood up front and protested. This time we didn't tell anybody except our small group of people underground. We walked in, she was polite, we told her what we're here for. You can protest all you like, but don't take my picture, she said. And I said, no problem, if it gets on video, we will block it, or any pictures. Because she asked for that.
Not only is about Marc Emery, it's about all our sovereignty.
It's about mandatory minimums, Bill S10 that's coming up. It used to be Bill C26, then it went to Bill C15, and now it's Bill S10, mandatory minimums. That's 30 years in the U.S. we've had mandatory minimums. Their jails are full. They've got 25% of the world's population in jail, and they got 5% of the world's population in that country. It should be people should be getting treatment. Instead of putting all that money into the jails and building more jails like Harper wants to do here, and the U.S. has done it and is now backing away from, we need to give people treatment. Get them into treatment. Help them get off. Marc was trying to, yes, and it's
and we need him back to help people. He can't help anybody in jail.
Marc, the Canadian government won't charge Marc because it's a $200 fine in Canada.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
That's
outsourcing
exactly
the
what they
justice
do.
system. They're letting America take care of it so they can shut him up for 30
And they're not going to shut them up. What do? We come into these offices,
like
we're
they're
stepping
making
it up
people
another
louder.
notch.
Like for sure, people see it's injustice.
Quite obviously, yes. There are certain issues here that you're in disagreement with.
Till the office.
Oh, today? Oh, we're going to be here till the office.
Till the office.
Oh, today? Oh, we're going to be here till the office closes. And it is going to continue across Canada. It's been started in the West Coast. They've been doing it in Ontario. It's going to continue. And it's not going to stop until they start to listen to us. The phone calls, the emails, the faxes, they're ignoring us. So now we're taking it up another notch. But again, peaceful, respectful, but we insist on respect back.
Yep, absolutely. Excuse me.
Who is it? Stephen Harper. Yeah.
Nice one.
Did you see that?
Nice
He's not here.
Yeah.
He hasn't been here.
That's his U.S.
Somebody gave him a mug.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's sending one of our citizens to their jail because they're buddies.
Question for you. I just happened to be here at the same
Dennis,
time.
you just called
I
me?
was wanting to set an appointment, actually. Now, should I go find a phone?
Oh, we're up in the office.
And this is happening in 3 different cities across Canada. It's already happened in 5 or 6 or 7 even different cities. But because they often lock the doors when they hear we're coming, it has to be secretly planned and prepared.
Oh, absolutely. No, they're not going to arrest us. They're not going to arrest
I'm
us.
involved with this like too.
Excellent.
Mind you, I do support what they're doing.
Libertarian Party leader
my
of Canada is
risk for being
coming up
here
right now.
Cool.
Separate from this.
right on.
Thank you.
Folks, Libertarian Party leader of Canada is on his way up the stairs.
Nice.
Dennis Young.
And Marco like that because he's a libertarian?
I would like to inform you he's also a member of Law Enforcement Against Prohibition. He is an official speaker for Law Enforcement Against Prohibition.
Is Matt with him? Is it Western Standard here?
I let Matt know. I don't know if he's coming. He didn't reply. Well, there's Tamara.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Charter of Rights and Freedoms, the mobility rights. Every citizen of Canada has the right to enter, remain, and leave Canada as a status permit, as a permanent resident of Canada. So this says that Marc Emery should be allowed to stay here.
He's gonna sit back down there.
Should I, do you want me to kneel or a chair?
Can I clap?
Just grab that chair.
Grab that chair.
I'm just going to trim this ribbon. Yep,
Sorry.
no worries, I'm
Calling you. Has to be done sometimes.
yeah.
Good to me.
Yeah, I didn't bother. It was,
Okay, so first question's easiest. Spelling first and last name. I know it. Just sorry,
Jody?
first seven.
Jodie-Emery.
Excellent. So Jody, what are you guys doing here today? It's not every day that a group of people just walk past in public office.
I flew in from Vancouver early this morning. I'm leaving early tomorrow. But I'm here to take it directly to the leader at the top of the Conservative Party, the leader of our government who is responsible for the extradition of my husband Marc Emery to the United States for selling marijuana seeds.
I think a lot of people know the name Marc Emery. They know that Marc Emery is the person going to jail in the States. But just sort of lay it out for us. What happened that it has gotten to this point?
Well, Marc sold marijuana seeds for over a decade. Health Canada recommended people get seeds from him. He paid income tax on all of the seeds that he sold. And he sold the seeds for the sole intention to fund the marijuana legalization movement. So as he became the most popular and the biggest marijuana seed bank in North America, he sent seeds all over the world with the promise that the money made, the profit from the seeds, would be put right back into the movement. And to that end, he donated over $4 million to various causes, including court initiatives, compassion clubs, court battles for medical marijuana users, opening hemp stores, drug rehabilitation clinics, state initiatives for medical marijuana, rallies, festivals, worldwide political parties, the BC Marijuana Party, the Marijuana Party of Canada, the Marijuana Party of the United States, many state marijuana parties, and all sorts of different causes and individuals for over a decade. And in 2003, or in 2002, the United States drug czar came up to Canada, and they had a board of trade meeting where Marc booked a table with a bunch of activists and called out the drug czar on all of his lies. So they heckled him live on national television. He was humiliated across North America, even though the mayors of Vancouver, the incoming and outgoing, both agreed that the drug czar is an idiot. They didn't like that he came up to Vancouver to try and stop decriminalization from happening in Canada, which it was about to at that point. So Marc was targeted when the Vancouver police were then asked to investigate him for his seed selling and bust him. In March 2003, the Vancouver police took the charges to the Crown. The Crown reviewed it and decided that because a fine had been appropriate the last time he got busted here, and because nobody really gets arrested or sent to jail for seeds, that they wouldn't proceed with the charges. At that point, the Vancouver police, out of frustration, working with the Federal Justice Department of Canada, decided to hand over the information to the United States. The Drug Enforcement Administration picked up the file and worked on it, got Marc indicted on 3 charges of conspiracy, because you can get people easily on that, which carry a mandatory minimum, so he was facing 30 years to life. That's why he decided to take a 5-year plea deal on 1 count, and he has been ordered extradited. It's very important to note that the DEA, on the day of his arrest, issued a press release saying, "The arrest of Marc Scott Emery is a significant blow to the marijuana legalization movement. Hundreds of thousands of dollars of Emery's illicit profits have been used and channeled to marijuana legalization groups active in the United States and Canada. Drug legalization lobbyists now have one less pot of money to rely on." It's a political manifesto. It's available on our website, cannabisculture.com. And we're here to tell Mr. Harper and the rest of the Conservative government this is probably the 7th or 8th occupation that we've had across Canada, and they will continue tomorrow. There are 3 more happening today, and we are not going to stop until Marc is brought home and they stop their drug laws and free every pot prisoner, because cannabis users are non-violent, peaceful people, and the only harm that comes from cannabis at all is from the prohibition of cannabis.
Now, when Marc was selling seeds, was he selling just to people who would have